Hey everyone, it's Arlene. I was playing around with my Big's 3D flower die and I came up with a few flowers. And when I first got the die, and first of all, I went onto eBay to buy this, and I forgot the name of the seller, but I'll put it in the sidebar or down there. And I actually had to sick the eBay police on the seller because she never returned any of my calls, any of my messages, and she never shipped the product. So I love eBay because they refunded me my entire purchase amount, including the shipping. So I got my money back, and I recommend going to a cherry on top, and I'll put the URL down there as well if you're interested in getting this, because they carry a good supply of the Sizzix 3D flower die. And when I bought it, it was on sale, and the shipping is very it's not much, so it was totally worth it. And I got my die in like 2 days with the regular shipping. So anyways, this is what the flower looks like when you don't do anything to it. All I did was distress the edges a little bit with, oops, I got glue all over me. Distress the edges a little bit with some vintage photo distress ink, and I put a little pearl in the center. Really pretty flower. For the leaves, I used my Stampin' Up! Punch, and I forgot the name of this punch, but anyhow, I used this little guy right here. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you how I made this. And I love the way that this came out because it looks more natural than when it's just done. And for those of you who don't know how to put the 3D flower together, this tutorial will show you how to do that too. So when you run the die through your Big Shot, this is what you get. And I'm just using the cardstock from Walmart. You don't have to use fancy paper. I want to try it. I bought some newspaper type paper over at Michael's on clearance. So I'm going to try it out and see how that works out. So I'm going to be making the small flower, not the big one. And I'm going to be using my Starburst stains in Cattail Copper Brown. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to just go ahead and color in your flower. Okay, and I like to do one side at a time, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And then what I'm going to do, instead of using my heat gun, because I want to keep it a little bit moist, is I'm going to get a paper towel and I'm just going to dab it a little bit. And then I'm going to flip it over, and then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. You just want to make sure you get full coverage there. Okay, and then you just want to dab it a little bit. Okay, now what you want to do, and this is where it gets messy. Oops, it's like sticking to the craft mat. There it goes. Okay, so it's going to get a little messy, so don't be afraid. Be very, very gentle because it can tear easily. Okay, so you just want to crumple it a little bit, and I love distress and imperfection in my craft, so to have a plain white flower with no dents or bends in it is just not me. But so anyways, you just curl it up into a little ball, and then then you're going to get your heat gun, and you want to dry it just a little bit, not too much. Okay. Let me just get my tweezers so it doesn't fly around. Around here and just open it up just a little bit. Okay. I don't know if you guys saw my haul video the other day, but that heat gun is starting to die on me. It's starting to smell, so it's like scaring me. I hope it doesn't like blow up on me. Okay, then what you want to do is you want to just gently, because you don't want to tear it, you just want to gently open it up. Okay, just gently open it up and be, like I said, very careful because you don't want to tear it. Okay, then when you get to this end, so this is what it looks like. This is the center when it used to be all rolled up. You want to take this end and get your paintbrush, Or you can use a barbecue stick or whatever, anything that's small and long and round that you can wrap the flower around. And you're just going to roll. And it's just really easy, you guys. It's not that difficult to make this flower. And I like to distress before I put the flower together because I don't like the flower to lose its shape. I want to be able to mold its shape myself. So that's why I do the distress work beforehand. And also, you don't want pieces of the flower still white. This way you can ensure everything is fully covered. Okay, then right when you get to the end, you just sort of stop and then take the paintbrush out, and you'll see this little base out here, or this little tail right here, is where you're going to adhere your flower. So it's sort of like the base. Okay, so you just touch the base with your flower like this, and just hold your finger here, and just slowly from the center unravel it. Okay, starting from the center. Okay, or it's going to be kind of from the edge, but you want to try to get to the center and start to unravel the flower. You can do this just by loosening up your hold on the flower. Okay, there it goes. Okay, and you don't want to unravel it too much because you don't want it to be too loose. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of adjust the outer shell here. Okay, to me that's perfect. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold it like this, and I'm just going to put some hot glue right there. And you don't have to use hot glue. You can use your quick dry adhesive or your glossy accents or whatever you want to use, but I prefer hot glue because it just dries faster. Okay, even though I get spider webs all over the place, the glue webs. Okay, and then see, that's pretty much done already. So then what you want to do is you just want to sort of manipulate the petals a little bit so you get the shape that you want. Okay, see how it's already distressed? It's already got that nice distressed look already from the work that we did before we assembled the flower. Okay, so once you got your petals the way you want it to be, okay, how gorgeous that is. I love this dye. I'm just in love with it. Okay, then what I'm going to do, instead of the hot glue, because it's hard for me to get it in that dot, I'm going to use my quick dry adhesive, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in the center, and then I'm going to grab a little pearl, and maybe I'll grab a little bit bigger one. I wonder if it'll fit. Yeah, it'll fit. Okay, and I'm just going to put it in the center. And there's my little flower, but it's not done yet. I have my leaf. So now with my leaf, I like to crumple it up a little bit again. And you can crumple it up. You could use your paintbrush to kind of give it a natural bend, give the leaves a natural bend. And then I just put a little bit of hot glue. Get rid of the spider webs. And there you go. So there's a really nice, distressed looking copper hands 3D flower. Super pretty. So hope you try it out, and check out a cherry on top because they may be having a good deal. They were having a sale the other day. So thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.